It's great to be with you guys this morning. My name is Kevin, or Mr. Peace. I see some of you guys wearing the peace signs in support, so thank you for doing that. I got my peace sign on the back, too. And I have an awesome job. I'm a full-time youth minister at a church here in Michigan. But my off days, I get to travel this country, and I get to speak to schools all over the U.S. I get to talk to people from age 5 up to age 105. And before I begin any of my talks, before I start to speak, I'd just like to let my audience know and let all of you know that every single breath that I take this morning is going to be worth your time. But what I see happen too often in the schools that I visit across this country is that when it comes to people, they're not the right size in our minds, not the right shape in our minds, or maybe they were born differently than us. Maybe they can't hear as good as us. Maybe they can't see as good as us. Maybe they can't talk as good as us. Maybe they can't walk as good as us. Or they're not as good as us at a certain sport or an activity or a skill. Or they're from a different place where they were born. They speak a different language. They have a different skin color. Sometimes we're not as quick to accept everyone like we would accept our own best friend. Like they're worth a full $20. And if we don't do that, Glengary, if we don't accept everybody for the outside and what's on the inside, we cause people a lot of pain in here, a lot of hurt. Do you think life would be pretty boring if we were all the same? Okay. So how many of you guys are good at dancing? Look at those moves. How many of you guys are good at singing? All right. How many of you guys are good at drawing? Okay. All right, hands down, hands down. How many of you guys are good at sports? Some type of sport? Okay. All right, hands down, hands down. So look, Glengary, hands down. All of this is diversity, right? So like you were just, what was your name? Reese. Like Reese was saying, I mean, diversity is on the outside. It's our culture. It's what we wear. It's how we dress. It's the foods that we eat. It's our background. It's our skin color. It's if we were born with some type of handicap, physically, right? But it's also on the inside, too. It's our personality. It's our skills, our talents, our abilities, who we are, our character, right? All of that's diversity. And we have to be able to accept both the inner and outer diversity of everyone. Otherwise, we're causing a lot of pain in here. Idea is that your fist is as big as your heart. And if we let love and kindness and compassion, respect, acceptance, peace enter into here fully, we can turn this into this. And the reason that it's two, because one finger is yourself, and one is someone that you're trying to lift up higher than yourself, if you choose that. It's also two because in just 2 seconds, in one heartbeat, one word, one action, we can actually empower someone, encourage them, lift them higher in the clouds positively. That stays on their heart for the rest of their life, right? Or we can also destroy that person by something we say or do in 2 seconds in one heartbeat, and that stays on their heart for the rest of their life. So when we're born, right, goo goo gaga, when we're born, our hearts are like this empty cup, pretty much empty, and we're free of any pain. We don't have any fear towards anyone else. We haven't been taught something to like not talk to that type of person because that's what they look like or where they're from. We haven't been caused a lot of pain because people haven't appreciated our diversity by calling us names, right? We haven't had any hurts. But little by little, our hearts, like this empty cup, they start to get full. And full of this pain, kind of a dark color, right? And what's going to happen if I keep filling this? It's going to overflow, right? And a first grader said it was going to explode. I said, no, it's not. But the idea is that it could overflow onto us, that we actually kind of believe what people have told us about who we are and our worth, if it's negative. Or even worse, we can push it onto somebody else. Kind of like these 59 people did, right? Kind of like the people did with Shay at first, where they didn't accept them at first because there was a lot of hurt going on in here. But Glengary, look, no matter how full this gets of pain or hurt, fear, there's always room for love if we let it, if we choose that. So it's true that hurt people hurt people. Everyone say that? Hurt people. Right. And what I mean by that is that the easy thing to do as a human being is if I'm hurting in my heart, is to push that on someone else. The hard thing to do is to forgive and replace that with kindness and love. So it's true that hurt people, right? But like Martin Luther King Jr. said, we just celebrated his birthday pretty recently, right? He said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate can't drive out hate, only love can do that. So there is always room for love if we let it. So it's true, yes, hurt people, but it's also true if we allow it to happen. That healed people heal people. Put your hands together like this. Now what I want you guys to do when I say go is to move your pinky location up one and then relock your hands, okay? So I'm going to do it slow motion, okay? You guys see what I did? All right, so you got your hands together like this, and then you're going to move your pinky location up one and then lock your hands back together. So try that. So go from your regular position, move them up one, lock them back together, and just shout out, how does that feel? Weird? Awkward? Different? What do you guys automatically want to do? Go back, right, to your comfort zone, some of us. See, I'm comfortable both ways. There's a couple of you like that too, right? Because I've been doing it so much. But guys, it's the same with diversity. It's the same with treating people a certain way, that if we make this a habit, because all this is a habit, right? This is just a habit. As soon as I said to do this, you went to what's comfortable to you because you've done it so many times. But if we can consciously really think about how we treat people, that this becomes one of our main goals, to provide human kindness to everyone we meet, no matter how they look, no matter where they're from, no matter what they do, we can make this world truly a better place, right? And what did Gandhi say? He said to be the change that, anybody know what Mahatma Gandhi said? Be the change that you wish to see in the world. So it starts with each of us. Kind of like what Nathan said, we pass the peace on to each person.